Zeke believes that Eren needs someone to rescue him as well, and thus Zeke plans to use the power of the founder to fix Eren. Zeke does this by forcing the two of them into Grisha's memories, where they see Grisha and Carla Yeager playing with the newborn Eren. Zeke plans to show Eren how his father had sown the seeds of nationalism into him until the latter understands. Watching Grisha spend time with his family, Zeke is clearly dissatisfied with how Grisha enjoyed his life with his new family as if old one had never existed. Zeke shows Eren how his father used his position as a doctor to treat a government minister and get close to those in power, even though things would go horribly for his family if he was even found out. Grisha still took the risks. He even found the basement beneath the chapel where the Rizzi family would hold their succession rituals. However, he did this years before the day Walmari was preached. They see that Grisha ultimately went back to his family, and Zeke concedes that Grisha did seem to love them enough that he sets aside his mission to retake the founder. He muses that perhaps Grisha had learned from his past mistakes as he loved his second son, almost to the point of posing his duty as a restorationist. However, Zeke pushes that aside because now Eren is doing exactly as Grisha would have wanted him to. He tells Eren that he is not his true self anymore, and he will soon understand why. The two of them stand in the Yeager family basement and talk near a sleeping Grisha when their father stirred, apologizing to Zeke. He looked up in the direction where Zeke stands by a cabinet. Both Eren and Zeke are surprised that Grisha in his memories seems to be able to see Zeke, asking if he was there. Confused, Grisha sat back down and dismissed the vision as a dream, because he could not imagine how a prettied old man could be his son. Zeke regards his father with disbelief as Eren reaches for the door to the basement, promoting Zeke for the next memory. Still inside Grisha Yeager's memory, Zeke is surprised that Eren was raised without the same indoctrination he received, given Eren's freedom to choose. Zeke is puzzled that Eren would betray him and carry out his father's plans when he received the attack titan without being told a thing. However, Eren replies that he has always been this way, ever since he was born. The two of them arrive at the memory where Eren killed two of the three robbers who had kidnapped Mikasa Acroman while they were children, and Zeke is as surprised as Grisha of the bodies. As Grisha calls Eren as a child, the present-day Eren explains that Zeke expected the two of them to be similarly scarred, but Eren fights because that is how he is, and not what his father made him. He is different from Zeke, who Eren sees as a man who can only define himself by his willingness to deny a father who died years ago. Eren calls Zeke a slave to his dead father. Zeke chooses to express his gratitude instead because Grisha was the one who opened his eye to the dangers of Eldia. He begins to leave, but Eren does not immediately follow, instead watching his childhood self wrapped as a scarf around Mikasa. As they go through more memories, Zeke persists in his refusal to give up on saving Eren. He does not think much of Grisha's writing on the back of the photograph that he eventually stores in a journal in the basement. And the two of them watch the Yeager family as the childhood Eren expresses his desire to join the Servite groups. The young Eren talks about not wanting to be ignorant of the world outside the walls and wants to carry on the work of those who sacrificed their lives, so they did not do so in vain. Grisha then offers to show Eren his secret in the basement after he gets home. But when Grisha leaves, he becomes bothered seeing a vision of the evacuation of Shiganshina district during the fall of Walmari. This promotes him to return to the chapel where he had previously discovered stairs leading underground. He follows them down and finds the members of the Rizzi family gathered in the cavern below. Grisha explains that he is an alien and a subject of Ymir, who has come from beyond the walls. He asks the king of the walls to kill all the titans attacking the wall before his family and the other people within the wall can be eaten. Frida is initially distressed by his words, but then her expression smooths as the will of the first king takes over. She refuses to help Grisha, calling this a time of the judgment. The rest of mankind is too weak in the face of the power of the titans. So in order to protect the world, the Eldian people must accept their sins. Still watching, Zeke believes that he would get along with Frida, but is aware that the Rizzi family will soon be slaughtered. Eren had previously said seeing this memory had made him disappointed in his father, and Zeke asks Eren if that was a lie, but Eren does not reply. He stares intently at Grisha, who is becoming increasingly agitated. Grisha wants to know how this can be atonement when the people are ignorant of their history and had no part in what happened. Frida agrees that this is not atonement because they can never replace the lives they took, but they can prevent the taking of future lives outside the walls. As long as Eldians remain ignorant, they will be the only ones to die. Seeing something behind him, Grisha just barely turns to see Eren, glaring balefully at the Risi family. Even Zeke noticed something is odd with his brother. Oblivious, Frida continues her speech and informs Grisha that even if he were to take the founding titan from her, he would not be able to use it. Grisha admits he knows this and shares with her the Attack Titan's own power. It's able to see into the memories of its future inheritors, and through them, it can know the future. Frida is not aware of this because of the vow to renounce war prevents her from using the full power of the founder. Grisha tells Frida that he will take the founding titan from her and end the royal bloodline, setting the future that he already knows is going to happen, but his hand shakes as he grips his scalpel to injure himself. It falls from his hand and clatters to the cabin floor. Grisha sobs that he cannot kill children as he is a doctor who is supposed to save lives. Zeke is puzzled because he is aware that the Risi family died there. Is not any way the past could have changed. The Risi family begins to relive from their hiding places, shouting for Frida to kill Grisha and protect them. As Eren walks up to his father, still glaring, he demands that Grisha stand and asks if he forgot why he had come here in the first place. Eren brings up all the things that Grisha had set aside over the years. Revenge for Phi, Diana Fritz, alien restorationist, Kroger. He demands that they need to keep moving forward to avenge them, even if they die. Even after they die, he repeats what Kroger had previously asked Grisha, that he was the one who started this story, was he not? This convinces Grisha to take up his scalpel and stab it through his hand. He then murders the Risi family with only Rodriguez escaping. Grisha leaves the chapel and his titan, taking a syringe of titan spinal fluid with him. He collapses, telling Eren that he killed the Risi family and asks if he is happy now. If this is what he wanted, Grisha wants to know if this is what he truly had to do in order to save Eldia, but Eren does not reply. Grisha sobs, asking why Eren did not show him everything. He saw the walls being destroyed, but not whether Carla is safe. After a moment, he asks if Zeke is there and tells him that everything will go Eren's way instead of Zeke's. Grisha saw Eren's memories of what is to come and cannot believe something that terrible would happen. He looks up and truly sees Zeke this time. He stands up and apologizes for being a terrible father. Despite Zeke's apprehension, Grisha impresses him. He tells Zeke that he loves him and wishes he had spent more time playing with him. Overcome, Zeke calls him dad, and Grisha warns him that he has to stop Eren. The connection between the two brothers breaks, and they find themselves back in the desert realm. Zeke is shaken, but Eren is undaunted and tells him that they have not yet gotten to the part where he eats Grisha.